Who's got the jazz? We've got the jazz. John Coltrane and Miles Davis, two of the greatest jazz artists of all time, and whose musical paths have crossed many times over their long and storied careers. This week, we're taking a look at a pair of definitive albums from both of these genre-defining artists. John Coltrane's Ola Coltrane from 1961 and Miles Davis's TUTU from 1986. I'm Scott T. Sterling, and this is the RHINO Report. John Coltrane emerged from playing in Miles Davis's bands and struck out on his own in the late 1950s. His third album, Atlantic, My Favorite Things, was released in 1961 to critical and commercial acclaim. Inspired by international music coming from places like India, Asia, Spain, and Africa, Coltrane's new quintet, featuring McCoy Tyner, Reggie Workman, Eric Dolphy, and Elvin Jones, convened at A&R Studios in Manhattan. With Freddie Hubbard and Art Davis in tow, the collection of exceptional musicians recorded what would become Ola Coltrane. Motivated by the droning sounds coming out of India at the time, Coltrane wanted to work with two bassists playing at the same time, resulting in both Reggie Workman and Art Davis performing together on the record. Crafting Ola Coltrane during recording sessions where the record's 3 tracks, including the 18-minute title track, were captured in just a few takes, the album was released in November 1961. The LP arrived in a bold and colorful album cover created by the design team of John Jagel and Bob Slutsky. Critically considered among Coltrane's best albums, Ola Coltrane's influence extends beyond the jazz world. During a 1998 interview with NPR's Fresh Air, the Doors keyboardist Ray Manzarek cited Ola Coltrane as an influence on his solo on the 1967 classic Light My Fire. Next, we fast forward to the year 1986 and Miles Davis's legendary TUTU album. The record was originally set to include collaborations with none less than Prince. Before recording could start, Prince mysteriously pulled out of the planned collaborations. No drama though, as the two artists remained friends and went on to work together later. At the time, Miles Davis was heavily influenced by the contemporary R&B and funk sounds of the day. Teaming up with multi-instrumentalist Marcus Miller, the two set out to record a modern jazz classic while utilizing synthesizers, drum machines, and digital sequencers. Davis embraced the modern technology, adding his signature horn lines to the LP's 8 heavily synthesized backing tracks. Also adding the human element to the digital backdrop was an all-star cast of musicians, including drummer Omar Hakim and keyboardist George Duke. Released in late 1986, TUTU divided both critics and listeners, with older jazz purists on one side and younger listeners newer to Davis's music on the other. It was the younger fans who readily embraced the modernized sound, making TUTU one of the most influential jazz albums of the 1980s decade. Among the record's modern touches was a cover of Scritti Politti's 1985 electronic dance single, Perfect Way. TUTU earned Miles Davis a pair of Grammy Awards, one for Best Jazz Instrumental Performance, Soloist, and the other for Best Album Package, highlighting the record's striking black and white cover photo by Irving Penn and Aiko Ishioka's art direction. Both of these jazz classics are being reissued as the latest releases from RHINO's High Fidelity series. Rhino High Fidelity continues to set the industry standard for sound quality and packaging, a testament to RHINO's 45-year legacy of award-winning audio releases. To ensure an unrivaled listening experience, all album lacquers are AAA cut directly from the original stereo master tapes by Kevin Gray, while Optimal handles the 180-gram vinyl pressing. The meticulous attention to detail extends to the aesthetic experience, with glossy covers and tip-on jackets reminiscent of vinyl's golden age. Which jazz classic would you like to see reissued as part of RHINO's High Fidelity series? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the RHINO channel for more music news and a new episode of the RHINO Report every Friday.